When we first meet Luce in the beginning of the story, he's kind of living his life on this symbolic level where he is this picture-perfect individual who conforms to expectations that everybody has of him, of his family, of his school, of his community. And in some ways it ends up becoming this kind of limiting, suffocating existence for him. So as much as it's this ideal, there's a dark side to it. And over the course of the story, we start to discover that.
I remember reading the script and looking up to Luce in a weird way. And then I started to ask myself, what's it like to kind of be plucked out of your environment and then suddenly change who you are and then be praised for it? And then be praised for being someone that you're not? And so that was like that question that kept like bothering me and started making me kind of re-examine my own life and challenge myself and my experiences. And I think that's what drew me to get my in into the character, into the story, and then, yeah.
Well, I feel like Amy was, thought she had everything under control. Life was going perfectly well. Amy and Peter are liberal-thinking people, forward-thinking. Everything feels manageable. And then Harriet, the teacher, Octavia, beautifully played by Octavia, throws a curveball at us, and I'm like, well, hang on a second, who are you to tell me who my child is? And I think she gets, her defenses go up very, very quickly, and she's shaped this idea of how life is going to be, and Kelvin has proved time and time again, Luce, sorry, that this is who he is, and she's manipulated it in a way to serve, themselves, not giving him enough freedom to create his own identity, and so that's when he starts pushing back, and not just from me, but from, you take over from there.
I agree, and I think for Harriet, it's about excellence, and it's about holding him to task, and she's a kingmaker. And everybody wants to be king, except Luce. He wants to be king on his own terms. And for Harriet, that is, that's not possible because he represents all of the youth, and that's not the mantle that Luce wants to take on. And I think that was an interesting conflict to play opposite these two, and especially him, because you just never know what game Luce is playing.
I found what I found intriguing about it was that, which we've talked about a bit, is that we were in a comfortable existence. We felt that we were on top of our racism. We felt that we were on top of our game as parents. We felt that we'd done the right thing as characters, and we found out we hadn't. We found out that we weren't on top of it. It still lurked within us, that kind of, that perception of our perfection was stripped away, and he Luce just gradually removed layer after layer. And then we fell apart as characters as well, because seeing her not accept what was in front of her was a challenge to our relationship as well.
I think it's about discourse, the public consciousness about who we are as human beings. And I think for all of us to be a part of this, it's about lending our voices in a way to amplify that message and to amplify the conversation. So that's what's intriguing to me and what's important to me, I think.